y'all, welcome back to Reality Wrap Up. Jumping right into it, we are going to be talking about Miss Angela Yee and the firestorm that has been blazing on the internet for the past few days. So, as we know, Angela has been one of 3 hosts on The Breakfast Club for the last 12 years, but announced her departure from the show back in August of 2022. It looks like a few days ago, Angela did an interview with Tamron Hall, speaking on her time on the morning show and also speaking on some controversies that she's caught fire for in the past. Now, she did also claim that working in a male-dominated environment left her feeling a lack of support.
There was the interview with Lil Mama, a rapper, Azalea Banks, an entertainer, and Monique that come to mind, where people felt that Charlemagne was being misogynistic in his tone and that you should have somehow wrangled him in. Right. How did that make you feel?
And I wasn't even there when they interviewed Azalea Banks. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? But I also feel like, you know, sometimes I would feel like I got it harder than he did for something that he said. When you have 3 people with 3 differing opinions or 3 different viewpoints and completely different personalities, we're all individuals, but sometimes it's hard for people to separate that. And, you know, I was the only woman who worked there too. I mean, when it came to producers, camera people. So I feel like I did need more like backup. And so that was hard for me too, to be the only woman there with nobody to be like, check somebody, you know, you shouldn't have said that like that. It's just me. And there were times I did do that behind the scenes because, you know, we should be able to do that. That's part of what it is. I'm not always gonna agree. But it's hard when nobody's like, you know what, she's right.
Now, all of this was fine until the Shade Room posted the clip on Instagram. Now, this caused her former co-host DJ Envy to respond in the comments calling cap, and essentially he claimed Angela lied. Now, he also went ahead and answered a few questions for the Michigan Chronicle, and it seemed like he was trying to kind of make light of the situation, backtracking and say that Angela simply misspoke.
On her time at the show and talked about being the only woman working on the Breakfast Club show. What's your reaction?
I mean, she was. I mean, it was her, Charlemagne, and myself, so she was the only woman on air. But behind the scenes, there was so many different. I mean, our boss, the actual person that pays our bills and pays our checks and hires us, is Thea Mitchum, a Hampton University graduate, by the way, who's a woman. There's a bunch of women there. I think she misspoke. I think her words were taken out of I guess, technicality. I'm sure she'll clean it up. But there's a lot of women that work on that show. I mean, we can go from Taylor, who's a producer now, to Sydney, to Samantha, to Claudia was a producer, Sasha was a producer. There was a lot of women on there. There was a lot of diverse people on there. But, you know, I'm glad that she has her own show. She's doing well. I'm excited for her. We come on early. She comes on right after us. So, I mean, it's like anything else. Sometimes, you know, I mean, it's no problems, no beef, nothing like that. But I just felt like, you know, she didn't, I guess her comments and the things that she said were taken out of character and taken out of what they really meant.
Yeah. Now, as all of this was going on in the same comment section, Lil Mama also chimed in giving her opinion on Angela Yee. She says, oh please, she was up there playing foul games too. She has helped make multiple women, of color especially, feel like the only woman in the room numerous of times. Rock throwing, hand hiding. Love and hip hop star Erica Mena also responded, giving her truth in regards to not only Angela but also DJ Envy, claiming that Angela helped him live a double life. Now, this whole situation has had the internet in a bit of a frenzy, and many people are voicing their opinions on the media personality. Many are pointing out her shady acts towards women, and one incident in particular is being brought up, and that's when K. Michelle had to read her back in 2016 for instigating comment from certain guests on the show.
Talk about that, but you being a woman and you see me, you brought that back up. You had already addressed that, and then you sitting over there giggling and kikiing.
No, I don't feel. I have to go back and see who brought it up because I remember it was in all of our notes. I don't remember that I brought it up.
You wouldn't remember it.
I don't know who brought it up.
You brought it up.
But I do feel like I was like, I did say
up. You sat there and chuckled. You did that. I didn't say nothing, but you brought that up. Not him. And at the end of the day, I ain't with you for that.
So as all of this has been unfolding for the past 2 days, Angela finally jumped back on Twitter and addressed some of this mess here. Now, of course, this was not enough for the internet, especially since she only addressed a couple of things. She wasn't too specific about anything that's been happening. Now, I don't know, y'all. Let me know how y'all feel about this whole Angela Yee situation down in the comments. From Angela, it's giving very much, I don't have time for this. I'm not about to explain this. I'm moving on to bigger and better things. And as she should, especially as it pertains to Erica and Lil Mama. Sometimes the best thing to do is just not respond. Okay, that's all I have for now. Please remember to like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see y'all in the next reality wrap up.